The night began like any other light-hearted talk show appearance. Barron Trump walked onto the stage calm and composed, expecting an easy conversation about life, family, and growing up in the spotlight.
Over here someplace, come on.
Barron, grab it.
He's the hottest one out there. I gave him...
It's very nice to see you. It's very nice.
He had done interviews before, always keeping a low profile, always avoiding drama. But this time, something was different. Also on the show was Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, known for her sharp wit and fearless style.
Let me tell you why I'm here. I'm here fighting for people in my district because Republicans are willing to sell out working and struggling folks in my district, and frankly, theirs too.
She had been one of the Trump family's most outspoken critics. When the show announced that both of them would appear together, nobody imagined how explosive the night would become. The conversation started normally. Barron gave polite, controlled answers, and the audience settled in.
He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did.
But suddenly the mood shifted. Barron looked at Jasmine and blurted out, "That African is here again. I don't want to sit here. I'm leaving." The room froze. The audience, the host, and even Jasmine sat in disbelief. The casualness of his words shocked everyone. Jasmine stared at him with a calm, piercing look, refusing to be shaken. When she finally spoke, her voice was steady. "Kid, what problem do you have with me?" The audience held its breath.
So let me be clear. Just like on his little birthday, he had his bootleg parade that cost the American people close to $50 million for free. More people showed up around this country to protest him. We are going to do the same things. We're going to hit them poles and we're going to hit them hard.
Barron shifted uncomfortably, unsure how to respond. Then with cold defiance, he said, "Show me your American identity." It was a strange demand to make to a sitting U.S. Congresswoman, and Jasmine answered just as calmly, "I've shown it many times." But Barron wasn't done. Tension filled the air as he leaned forward and insisted, "Show the public your DNA reports." The audience gasped. Jasmine didn't flinch. "I've shown them before," she said simply. Then the confrontation took a turn no one expected.
One of the things that I decided to do, they may not have wanted to talk about it, but I was going to highlight it.
Barron suddenly declared, "My mother is Melania." It came out like he was trying to convince himself more than anyone else. Jasmine, unfazed, replied, "If you know that, why delay doing a DNA test? I have reports that say your mother is Ivanka. You even asked your dad to prove it wrong. So why no test yet?" The words hit Barron hard. His face tightened, his confidence shaken. For the first time, he looked genuinely lost.
My priority is my son, Barron, our son, Barron, and I support him 100%, and I'm there for him every time he needs me.
Jasmine's calmness only intensified the pressure. Barron tried to regain control, raising his voice again. "I want you to show real proof. Show everyone you belong here."
He was home.
It's very nice to finally meet you.
You too, buddy.
Oh, you've never met?
No, it's our first time.
Could we make him into a fighter yet?
But Jasmine turned the conversation back on him with a single sharp line. "Why don't you ask your own father for a DNA test?" The studio erupted with shocked whispers. Barron's eyes widened. He wasn't prepared for someone to say out loud what he had spent years avoiding. Jasmine continued, her tone even. "If everything is so clear, then why hasn't the test been done? What are you waiting for?" Barron's hands trembled slightly. His carefully built composure was collapsing.
You know, I think that it's fair that, people are like, yo, this is a joke, right? No, it's not. It's like this terrible nightmare.
The confrontation had gone beyond politics. It had become deeply personal. The silence became heavy as he stared at the floor, trapped by questions he couldn't answer. Then in a moment that stunned the world, Barron reached for his phone. His fingers hesitated, then he dialed. The audience watched in absolute silence as he raised the phone to his ear. His voice cracked slightly as he spoke. "Dad, I need a DNA test to know who my mother really is." The vulnerability in his tone was something no one had ever seen from him. No anger, no bravado, just raw confusion and pain.
I hear we're doing well. I see.
When he ended the call, Barron looked up, his face pale but determined. "I'm not sitting here anymore," he said softly but firmly. "This lie has to be faced." Then he stood, turned away from the cameras and walked off the set. The studio was silent. No applause, no reaction, just shock. Jasmine remained calm, Watching him leave, her expression unreadable. She hadn't expected his reaction to be so emotional, but she had forced something to the surface, something Barron had clearly been struggling with for a long time.
What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the up, because I'm ready to get on with it.
The moment felt bigger than politics, bigger than a TV show. It was a young man, raised under relentless public pressure, suddenly cracking under the weight of unanswered questions about his own identity. As the show ended awkwardly, the world was left buzzing with speculation. Why had Barron asked for a DNA test on live television? What did his father say on the phone? Why had this question been hanging over him for so long? For the first time, Barron Trump wasn't just the quiet, private member of the Trump family. He was someone desperately searching for the truth about himself, no matter how painful it might be. And as he walked off that stage, it was clear that nothing in his life would ever be the same again.